A Medical NGO Guide. Chapter 1. A Medical NGO Guide 1. Nonprofit World Medical Health Organizations 1. Most of the healthcare in poor countries is substandard. The big government and quasi-governments World Health Organizations don't really help much. It's all show. The real help comes from the nonprofit health organizations, a lot of which are religious. Health aid doesn't usually include food relief and money spent on water supply and sanitation projects, although these activities have important health benefits. Here's a list of some of them. WHO.org, World Health Organization, WHO, is the premier international health organization. WorldBank.org, World Bank. UN.org, United Nations. PAHO.org, Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, serves as the regional field office for WHO in the Americas. UNICEF.org, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. UNDP.org, United Nations Development Program, UNDP. Info.usaid.gov, United States Agency for International Development. USAID. PROJHope.org, Project Hope. Oxfam.org, Oxfam. ICRC.org, International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC. MSF.org, Médecins Sans Frontières. WFP.org, World Food Programme, WFP. UNHCR.ch, UN High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR. FAO.org, Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. IFRC.org, International Red Cross and Red Crescent Movement. MSF.org, Médecins Sans Frontières, MSF, provides health aid to victims of war and natural disasters. CARE.org, CARE International, headquartered in Brussels. CatholicRelief.org, Catholic Relief Services, CRS. IMVIA.org, International Medical Volunteers. Nonprofit World Medical Health Organizations 2. AAMC.org, Association of American Medical Colleges. ADARC.org, the Aaron Diamond AIDS Research Center, the world's largest independent research center that is devoted solely to HIV/AIDS research. AmericanHeart.org, American Heart Association. AMRF.com, American Medical Resources Foundation. Arthritis.org, American Arthritis Foundation. Bandage-international.org. Cancer.org, American Cancer Society. CFF.org, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. ChristianMedical.org, Christian Medical Missions Incorporated. ConcernFoundation.org, the Concern Foundation for Cancer Research. CPAR.ca, Canadian Physicians for Aid and Relief. CPHF.org, Medical Research, Nonprofit Organization, Upper Marlboro, MD. CTMF.edu, the Central Texas Medical Foundation. Docs.org, Docs is a Christian-based organization that links U.S. volunteer physicians with African national physicians to exchange medical techniques. ebkids.org, Epidermolysis Bullosa Medical Research Foundation, the EBMRF is a volunteer, nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping medical scientists learn more about EB, its causes, the development of successful treatments. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/world_medical_relief. German-doctors.de, German Doctors for Developing Countries. GlendaleMemorial.com, Glendale Memorial Hospital 346-bed Regional Referral Center. GlobalIssues.org/issues/587/health-issues. Governanceinstitute.com, Comprehensive Solutions for Nonprofit Hospital Boards. halfachild.com. hhc.org/volunteer, Houston County Volunteer Medical Clinic. IAMA.org, the Indo-American Medical Association, IAMA, of Oregon. IAMAT.org, a nonprofit organization that provides medical information for countries around the world. Komen.org, Breast Cancer Research. lungusa.org, American Lung Association. mda.org, Muscular Dystrophy Association. medicalteams.org, Christian Global Health, Medical Teams. metronc.com, Medical Quarterly, Nonprofit Innovation. mmint.org, Medical Ministry International. mmrf.org, Minneapolis Medical Research Foundation. msf.ca, Doctors Without Borders. operationsmile.org. Nonprofit World Medical Health Organizations 3. shrinershospitals.org, Shriners Children's Hospitals. stjude.org, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. talcuk.org, talc, teaching aids at low cost, books and educational materials. Free and low cost books and educational materials to healthcare workers across the globe. The medicalexpertreport.org/list-of-non-profit-organizations-their-missions-and-visions. unicef.org, Children's Emergency Fund. unicefusa.org, Children's Emergency. wcco.com. worldvision.org, Children Food. Some World Health Organizations from jobmonkey.com and causeartist.com/10-organizations-changing-world-health. gnhc.org, Good Neighbor Healthcare, Good Neighbor Healthcare. AmericanHeart.org, American Heart Association. DoctorsWithoutBorders.org, Doctors Without Borders. GainHealth.org, Global Alliance for Improved Nutrition, GAIN. Twitter.com/GainAlliance. HealthLeadsusa.org, Health Leads. MedicMobile.org, MedicMobile. Free software to poor nations to help with medical infrastructure. FrontlinesMS.com, Frontline SMS free software. AMRF.org, African Medical and Research Foundation, AMREF. D-Tree.org, D-Tree International. Shortage of doctors and nurses in poor countries. GlobalViral.org, Global Viral. Leadership Development. VisionSpring.org, Vision Spring. Eyeglasses. InternationalMedicalCorps.org, International Medical Corps. InternationalMedicalCorps.org.uk, International Medical Corps UK. M2M.org, Mothers to Mothers. Elimination of Pediatric AIDS. Path.org, Path. World where health is within reach for everyone. Path.org/about/platforms.php, 5 platforms, vaccines, devices, diagnostics, drugs, and system and service innovations. Path.org/projects/vaccine_vial_monitor.php, vaccine vial monitor that alerts health workers when a vaccine has been damaged by heat. Path.org/r-work/diagnostic-technologies.php, low-cost diagnostics that detect malaria, diabetes, and other health threats. VillageReach.org, Village Reach. Healthcare around the world. villagereach.org/what-we-do/last-mile-challenges, last mile communities. villagereach.net/what-we-do/our-model. PIH.org, Partners in Health. A preferential option for the poor in healthcare. mercyships.org/home, Mercy Ships. Volunteers and donors. basicneeds.org, Basic Needs. International Development. Mental Health. mariastopes.org, Marie Stopes International. Family Planning and Reproductive Health Care. causeartist.com/tag/global-health, Global Health. causeartist.com/tag/health, Health. causeartist.com/tag/healthcare, Healthcare. causeartist.com/tag/international-development, International Development. causeartist.com/tag/mobile-health, Mobile Health. causeartist.com/tag/NGO, NGO. A list of NGOs from globalcore.com/jobs/ngo-list.pdf. Action Against Hunger, a-usa.org. CARE, careusa.org. Caritas Internationalis, caritas.org. Catholic Relief, Development, and Social Service Organizations. Catholic Relief Services, CRS, USCC. crs.org. Doctors Without Borders. dwb.org. Emergency Nutrition Network, ENN. ENNonline.net. Based in Dublin, Ireland, UK. Food for the Hungry International, FHI. fh.org. Christian. Hunger Plus Incorporated. hungerplus.org. Interaction. Interaction.org. Over 150 US-based non-profit organizations which are usually the first to respond to a crisis. International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC. icrc.org/eng. International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, IFRC. ifrc.org. International Organization for Migration, IOM. iom.int. Development through Migration. International Rescue Committee, IRC. theirc.org. Lutheran World Federation. lutheranworld.org. Mennonite Central Committee, MCC. mennonitecc.ca. Mercy Corps, MC. mercycorps.org. Overseas Development Institute, ODI. odi.org.uk. Think Tank on International Development and Humanitarian Issues. Oxfam. oxfam.org. Agency working to end poverty. refintl.org. Refugees International. Relief International. ri.org. Save the Children. SaveTheChildren.org. The Office of U.S. Foreign Disaster Assistance, OFDA. usaid.gov/r_work/humanitarian_assistance/disaster_assistance. Non-food humanitarian assistance. United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. unicef.org. United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR. UNHCR.org. United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA. OCHAonline.un.org. U.S. Committee for Refugees, USCR. Refugees.org. World Vision International. worldvision.org. Christian Relief and Development. Chapter 2. A Medical NGO Guide to ReliefWeb.int, the website. ReliefWeb.int/jobs. ReliefWeb.int/countries. ReliefWeb.int/disasters. ReliefWeb.int/organizations. ReliefWeb.int/topics. ReliefWeb.int/jobs. ReliefWeb.int/training. ReliefWeb.int/jobs/rss.xml. ReliefWeb.int/blog. labs.reliefweb.int. Facebook.com/reliefweb. Twitter.com/reliefweb. LinkedIn.com/company/reliefweb. Learn about the humanitarian situation in any country at reliefweb.int/countries. They talk about the medical and humanitarian situation in all countries. ReliefWeb.int list of organizations, reliefweb.int/organizations. They have a list of about 3,000 organizations, but you cannot get the website unless you click on the name one by one. ReliefWeb.int/organizations. agendaforhumanity.org. surf.un.org. redhum.org. fts.anoka.org. data.humdata.org. humanitarian.id. humanitarianresponse.info. Interagency Standing Committee.org. anoka.org. vasocc.anoka.org. anoka.org/oka-digital-services. The major international health organizations from imvia.org/pages/orgfrm.htm. Care.org, Care International, headquartered in Brussels. Care.org, Care USA. CatholicRelief.org, Catholic Relief Services, CRS. FAO.org, Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. ICRC.org, International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, and IFRC.org, International Red Cross and Red Crescent Movement. Info.usaid.gov, United States Agency for International Development, USAID. MSF.org, Médecins Sans Frontières, MSF, provides health aid to victims of war and natural disasters. Oxfam.org, Oxfam, International. PAHO.org, Pan American Health Organization, PAHO. PROJHope.org, Project Hope. UN.org, United Nations. UNDP.org, United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. UNHCR.ch, UN High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, provides international protection to refugees and also attempts to find long-lasting solutions to their problems. UNICEF.org, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. WFP.org, World Food Programme, WFP. WHO.org, World Health Organization, WHO. WorldBank.org, World Bank. Chapter 3. A Medical Ngo Guide 3. A list of global healthcare organizations from borgenproject.org/5-global-health-care-organizations. Facebook.com/borgenproject. Instagram.com/theborgenproject. LinkedIn.com/company/the-borgen-project. YouTube.com/theborgenproject. Twitter.com/borgenproject. borgenproject.org/ngo-internships. borgenproject.org/telecommute-internships. borgenproject.org/category/global-health, global health. borgenproject.org/category/global-poverty, global poverty. borgenproject.org/category/health, health. borgenproject.org/category/health/health-care, healthcare. borgenproject.org/category/health-organizations, health organizations. borgenproject.org/category/healthcare, healthcare. borgenproject.org/category/non-governmental-organizations, non-governmental organizations. borgenproject.org/category/non-profit, non-profit organizations. doctorsoftheworld.org, Doctors of the World. medicmobile.org, medicmobile. Healthcare for those in hard-to-reach communities. International Medical Corps. internationalmedicalcorps.org, International Medic Corps. Offers training and care to local populations. Mothers to Mothers. M2M.org, Mothers to Mothers. Empower HIV-positive women. Mercy Ships. mercyships.org. Medical Services in Africa. A list of health organizations at raptime.org/organizations-dedicated-to-improving-health. Facebook.com/pages/raptime-humanitarian-travel/16290720873160006. Twitter.com/raptimehumtravel. LinkedIn.com/company/raptime-travel. raptime.org/office/raptime-office-Kenya. raptime.org/office/raptime-office-Australia. raptime.org/office/raptime-office-Denmark. raptime.org/office/raptime-office-France. raptime.org/office/raptime-office-Germany. raptime.org/office/raptime-offices-Italy. raptime.org/office/raptime-offices-Netherlands. raptime.org/office/raptime-offices-Switzerland. raptime.org/office/raptime-offices-Canada. raptime.org/office/raptime-offices-USA. diabetes.ca. worldbank.org. alzheimers.org.uk. oxfam.org. waterambassadorscanada.org. projecthope.org. canadianmidwives.org. doctorswithoutborders.org. csih.org/n. savethechildren.org. medicalteams.org. humanitariancoalition.ca. theglobalfund.org/n. care-international.org. figtreefoundation.org. who.in/n. energyforall.ca. stephenlewisfoundation.org. gatesfoundation.org. charities-health.com. onaids.org. crdfglobal.org. mercyships.org. unicef.org. one.org/international. A list of global health NGOs at aafp.org/family-physician/patient-care/global-health/ngo.html. The African Cultural Exchange Incorporated. 917-862-2864. 888-748-0843. info@theafricanculturalexchange.org. Amos Health and Hope. Nicaragua. Dr. Tim Spring, Board Secretary. 3088 Haberlin Road. Gibsonia, PA 15044. 240-232-6874. communications@amoshealth.org. Andean Health and Development. Ecuador. UW Department of Family Medicine. 1100 Delaplane Court. Madison, Wisconsin 53715. 619-788-6833. info@andeanhealth.org. Cashamsi. Ecuador. Jorge Duchicla, MD. 402 Ewens Drive. Weimar, Texas 78962. 979-725-8545/979-561-6319. JDU Chisela@ydclinic.com. Cervicusco. Peru. Deborah Krotish, Ph.D. Executive Director, Friends of Cervicusco. Deborah.krotish@gmail.com. friendsofcervicusco.org. 803-371-0557. Child Family Health International. Countries: Argentina, Bolivia, Ecuador, Ghana, India, Mexico, Philippines, South Africa, Tanzania, Uganda. 2369 Ocean Avenue. Number 200. San Francisco, California 94127. 415-957-9000. J. Everett@cfhi.org. Lauren@cfhi.org. Injai. Uganda. P.O. Box 11613. Albany, New York 12211. Elaine.purse@nge.org. Teresa.Weinman@nge.org. Guatemala Village Health. Guatemala. 1265 South Main Street, STE. 303D. Seattle, Washington 98144. 206-339-3352. info@guatemalavillagehealth.org. Haiti Health Initiative. Haiti. 801-830-3043. M. Marshall@HaitiHealthInitiative.org. Health Environmental Learning Program, HELP. Nepal. 18648 Snowy Plover Circle. Anchorage, Alaska 99516. 907 222-6923. Admin at missionforhelp.org. Health Horizons International. Dominican Republic. 1 Regency Drive. Bloomfield, Connecticut, 06002. 860-243-3977. info@hhidr.org. Health in Harmony. Indonesia, Kalimantan. 107 Southeast Washington Street No. 480. Portland, Oregon, 97214. 503-688-5579. info@healthinharmony.org. Health Leadership International, Seattle, Laos. PO Box 38, B. 1463 East Republican Street, Seattle, Washington, 98112. 800-603-6035. Heart to Heart International, Haiti. Eddie Meyer. 13250 West 95th Street, Lenexa, Kansas, 66215. hearttoheart.org. Hillside Healthcare International, Belize. Hillside Healthcare International. 6650 West State Street, Unit D, number 111. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53213. 267-331-8114. medicaldirector.hillside@gmail.com. Hope International Services, HIS. Countries: Russia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nigeria, Malawi, Mozambique, Kenya, Zambia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Uganda, and Rwanda. Hope International Services. POB 5472. Grand Island, Nebraska, 68802. 402-680-3286. HiShope@live.com. Hope Worldwide. Bolivia. Kevin Broyles, MD. 4231 Balboa Avenue, number 330. San Diego, California, 92117. 610-254-8800. hopeww.org. IND. Countries: Africa, Angola, Cameroon, Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia. Asia: Bangladesh, China, India, Macau, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Thailand. Middle East: Jordan, United Arab Emirates. Central/South America: Dominican Republic, Haiti, Honduras. Elizabeth Burgos. 2340 E. Meyer Boulevard, Building No. 1, STE. Hashtag 338A. Kansas City, Missouri, 64132. 816-444-6400. InMed.us. InterHealth South America, Ecuador. Ecuador. 30404 Holly Drive, USF. Tampa, Florida, 33620. 813-425-2096. interhealthsa.net. The Kellerman Foundation. Uganda. POB 832809. Richardson, Texas, 75083. 972-685-0279. info@kellermanfoundation.org. volunteer@kellermanfoundation.org. Medical Mission Called to Serve. Dominican Republic and South America. 125 South State Road 7, STE. 104-230. Wellington, Florida, 33414. Mobile Medical Team International. Peru, Tanzania, Pakistan. 111 2nd Street. Sausalito, California, 94965. 415-332-2600. info@mobilemedicalteam.org. volunteer@mobilemedicalteam.org. Peru Affairs Cooperations. Environment for our volunteer family. Peru. affairscooperation.perusocial@gmail.com. Adriana Kordek at students.aucmed.edu. Physicians Aiding Physicians Abroad, PAPA Missions. Zimbabwe, Haiti, Cameroon. 3004, 50th Street Suite D. Lubbock, Texas, 79413. 816-729-9061. papamissions.org. Project MediShare. Haiti. Project MediShare for Haiti. POG 381,208. Miami, Florida, 33238-1208. 305-243-6685. Haiti Logic Center at med.miami.edu. med.miami.edu. Project World Health. Dominican Republic, Jarabacoa. University of South Florida College of Medicine. 12901 Bruce B. Downs Boulevard, MDC 04. Tampa, Florida, 33612. usfpwh@gmail.com. Seed Global Health. Liberia, Malawi, Swaziland, Tanzania, and Uganda. 20 Ashburton Place 6th floor. Boston, Massachusetts, 02108. 617-366-1650. info@seedglobalhealth.org. Shoulder to Shoulder. Honduras. shouldertoshoulder.org. Timmy Global Health. Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Guatemala, and Nigeria. 22 East 22nd Street. Indianapolis, Indiana, 46202. 317-920-1822. info@timmyglobalhealth.org. Volunteers in Medical Missions. Belize, Haiti, Honduras, Ecuador, Peru, Nicaragua, Tanzania, Panama, Kenya. 265 South Cove Road. Seneca, South Carolina, 29672. 864-885-9023. missions@vimem.org. WEMA International. Ethiopia. 68 Harvard Street No. 3. Brookline, Massachusetts, 02445. info@wema.org. A list of members of interaction.org/members. 1000 Days. 1000days.org. Action Against Hunger USA. actionagainsthunger.org. Adventist Development and Relief Agency. ADRA.org. African Methodist Episcopal Church Service and Development Agency. AIM-SADA.org. AGACON Foundation USA. AKDN.org. Airlink. Airlinkflight.org. Airwars. Airwars.org. Alama USA, Alliance for International Medical Action. alama-ngo.org. All Hands and Hearts, Smart Response. allhandsandhearts.org. Alliance for Peace Building. allianceforpeacebuilding.org. Alliance to End Hunger. alliance-to-end-hunger.org. American Jewish World Service. ajws.org. American Red Cross International Services. redcross.org. American Relief Agency for the Horn of Africa, ARAHA. araha.org. American Relief Coalition for Syria, ARCS. arcsyria.org. AmeriCares. americares.org. AMREF Health Africa, Inc. amrfusa.org. Ananda Marga Universal Relief Teams, AMURT and AMURTEL. AMURT.net. Aspen Network of Development Entrepreneurs, and global.org. Association of Volunteers in International Service, USA. avsi-usa.org. Asylum Access. asylumaccess.org. Baytolmal. baytolmaal.org. Bank Information Center. bankinformationcenter.org. Baptist World Alliance. bwanet.org. Basic Education Coalition. basic.org. Bethany Christian Services Global, LLC. Bethany.org. Better World Campaign, BWC. BetterWorldCampaign.org. BOMA Project. BOMAProject.org. BRAC USA. BRACUSA.org. Bread for the World. Bread.org. Bread for the World Institute. Bread.org. Brothers Brother Foundation. BrothersBrother.org. Buddhist Tzu Foundation. us.tzuchi.org. Cadasta Foundation. Cadasta.org. CARE. CARE.org. Catholic Relief Services. CRS.org. CDA Collaborative Learning Projects. CDACollaborative.org. Center for Civilians in Conflict, Civic. Civiliansinconflict.org. Center for Health and Gender Equity, Change. Genderhealth.org. Center for Justice and Peace Building, Eastern Mennonite University. emu.edu. Central Asia Institute. CentralAsiaInstitute.org. Child Aid. Child-aid.org. Child Fund International. Childfund.org. Church World Service. CWSglobal.org. Combat Blindness International. Combatblindness.org. Concern Worldwide US, Inc. ConcernUSA.org. Congressional Hunger Center. HungerCenter.org. Core Group. CoreGroup.org. Creative Learning. CreativeLearning.org. Cross International, CI. CrossInternational.org. Dining for Women. DiningForWomen.org. Doctors of the World USA. DoctorsOfTheWorld.org. Embrace Relief. EmbracerRelief.org. Episcopal Relief and Development. EpiscopalRelief.org. Equal Access International. EqualAccess.org. Ethiopian Community Development Council. ECDCAS.org. Farm Journal Foundation. FarmJournalFoundation.org. Feed the Children. FeedTheChildren.org. FHI 360. FHI360.org. FinChurch Aid Americas. FCAAmericas.org. FONCOS. FONKOZE.org. Food for the Hungry. FH.org. Friends of Acted. Acted.org. Giving Children Hope. gchope.org. Global Communities. Globalcommunities.org. Global Health Council. Globalhealth.org. Global Impact. Charity.org. Good Neighbors USA. Goodneighbors.us. Habitat for Humanity International. Habitat.org. Headwaters Relief Organization. Headwatersrelief.org. Healy International Relief Foundation. Hiref.net. Heart to Heart International. Heart2Heart.org. Heartland Alliance for Human Needs and Human Rights. Heartlandalliance.org. Heifer International. Heifer.org. Helen Keller International. HKI.org. Helpage USA. HelpageUSA.org. Helping Hand for Relief and Development. HHRD.org. Helvetas USA. Helvetasusa.org. HIAS. HIAS.org. Himalayan Cataract Project. CureBlindness.org. Humanity and Inclusion. Hi-us.org. Humantum. Humantum.org. IHC Global. IHCglobal.org. IMA World Health. IMAWorldHealth.org. IMAP. IMAP.org. IN Partnerships for Children. INMED.org. Institute of International Humanitarian Affairs, Fordham University. Fordham.edu. International Budget Partnership. Internationalbudget.org. International Catholic Migration Commission. ICMC.net. International Center for Not-for-Profit Law, ICNL. ICNL.org. International Development, Community and Environment Department, Clark University. clarku.edu. International Eye Foundation. IEFUSA.org. International Lifeline Fund. LeafyLineFund.org. International Medical Corps. InternationalMedicalCorps.org. International Medical Health Organization, IMHO. ThymeHo.org. International Orthodox Christian Charities. IOCC.org. International Relief Teams. IRTeams.org. International Rescue Committee. Rescue.org. International Social Service, USA Branch. ISS-USA.org. International Youth Foundation. IYFnet.org. IntraHealth International Incorporated. IntraHealth.org. IREX. IREX.org. Islamic Medical Association of North America, IMANA. IMANA.org. Islamic Relief USA. IRUSA.org. Jesuit Refugee Service/USA. JRSUSA.org. YPIGO. JHPIEGO.org. Keystone Human Services International. KeystoneHumanServices.org. Life for Relief and Development. LifeUSA.org. Lutheran World Relief. LWR.org. MAG America. MAGARICA.org. MedAir. MediaIR.org. MedGlobal. MedGlobal.org. Medical Teams International. MedicalTeams.org. MedsHair International. MedShare.org. Mennonite Central Committee US. MCC.org. Mercy Corps. MercyCorps.org. Mercy Without Limits. MWLimits.org. Mercy USA for Aid and Development. MercyUSA.org. Mobility International USA. MIUSA.org. National Association of Social Workers. Socialworkers.org. NCBA Closa. NCBA.coop. Norwegian Refugee Council USA. NRC.no. NUDE. NUDESyria.org. 1. ONE.org. Operation USA. OPISA.org. Oxfam America. Oxfamamerica.org. Pan American Development Foundation. PADF.org. PATH. PATH.org. PCI. PCIGlobal.org. Penny Appeal USA. PennyApplusa.org. Perkins International. PerkinsInternational.org. Physicians for Peace. PhysiciansForPeace.org. Plan International USA. PlanUSA.org. Planet Aid. PlanetaID.org. Plant with Purpose. PlantWithPurpose.org. Population Communication. PopulationCommunication.com. Project CURE. ProjectCure.org. Project Hope. ProjectHope.org. Pure Hands. PureHands.org. Refugees International. RefugeesInternational.org. Relief International. RI.org. Results. Results.org. Research International. Research.org. Rise Against Hunger. RiseAgainstHunger.org. RTI International. RTI.org. Save the Children. SaveTheChildren.org. Seva Foundation. Seva.org. Society for International Development. SIDW.org. Solar Cookers International. SolarCookers.org. Solidarity Center. SolidarityCenter.org. Spoon. SpoonFoundation.org. Street Business School. StreetBusinessSchool.org. Syria Relief and Development. SyriaReliefandDevelopment.org. Syrian American Medical Society Foundation. SAMS-USA.net. Team Rubicon USA. TeamRubiconUSA.org. The Hunger Project. THP.org. Transnational NGO Initiative at the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs of Syracuse University. Maxwell.syr.edu. Trickle Up. TrickleUp.org. United Mission for Relief and Development. Relief.org. University of Notre Dame Pulte Institute for Global Development. Pulte.nd.edu. U.S. Climate Action Network, USCAN. usclimatenetwork.org. U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants. Refugees.org. U.S. Fund for UNICEF. UNICEFUSA.org. Village Enterprise. VillageEnterprise.org. War Child Canada. warchild.ca. Water for South Sudan Incorporated. waterforsouthsudan.org. Wateraid America. wateraidamerica.org. WEMA International. WEMA.org. Women for Women International. womenforwomen.org. Women's Refugee Commission. womensrefugeecommission.org. World Connect. worldconnect-us.org. World Food Program USA. wfpusa.org. World Hope International. worldhope.org. World Justice Project. worldjusticeproject.org. World Learning. worldlearning.org. World Rehabilitation Fund. worldrehabfund.org. World Renew. worldrenew.net. World Vision. worldvision.org. Zakat Foundation of America. zakat.org. Chapter 4. A list of medical NGOs from the agapecenter.com/organization/foundation/foundations.htm. A list of medical NGOs in alphabetical order. AwareFoundation.org, Adolescent Wellness and Reproductive Education Foundation, the Aware Foundation. AIDS.org, ZA, AIDS Foundation of South Africa, the South African, ZA. AKCCHF.org, AKC Canine Health Foundation. ABMRF.org, Alcohol Beverage Medical Research Foundation, ABMRF. AHMF.org, Allison Hunter Memorial Foundation, AHMF, Myalgic Encephalopathy/Chronic Fatigue Syndrome, ME/CFS. Alpha1.org, Alpha-1 Foundation Genetic disorder that can cause liver and lung disease. amfoundation.org, Alternative Medicine Foundation, AMF. ADAF.org, American Dietetic Association Foundation, ADAF. AddictionResearch.com, American Foundation for Addiction Research, AFAR. AFSP.org, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, AFSP. AFUD.org, American Foundation for Urologic Disease, AFUD. ThyroidFoundation.org, American Foundation of Thyroid Patients, AFTP. Herpes-Foundation.org, American Herpes Foundation, AHF. AmericanHospice.org, American Hospice Foundation, AHF. AmericanLegacy.org, American Legacy Foundation, ALF, Anti-Smoking Tobacco. Macular.org, American Macular Degeneration Foundation, AMDF. AOTF.org, American Occupational Therapy Foundation, AOTF. Osteopathic.org, American Osteopathic Foundation, AOF. PainFoundation.org, American Pain Foundation, APF. American Pathology Foundation.org, American Pathology Foundation, APF. PorphyriaFoundation.com, American Porphyria Foundation, APF. ACFoundation.org, Animal Cancer Foundation, ACF. AAFA.org, Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, AAFA. adf.org, O, Australian Drug Foundation, ADF, Australia, O. Kidney.org, O, Australian Kidney Foundation Australia, O. Lungnet.org, O, Australian Lung Foundation, ALF, Australia, O. NutritionAustralia.org, Australian Nutrition Foundation, ANF, Australia, O. APSF.net.au, Australian Patient Safety Foundation, APSF, Australia, O. Thyroidfoundation.com.au, Australian Thyroid Foundation, ATF, Australia, O. GatesFoundation.org, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. BAFound.org, Brain Aneurysm Foundation, BAF. BHF.org, UK, British Heart Foundation, BHF, United Kingdom, UK. LungUK.org, British Lung Foundation, BLF, United Kingdom, UK. BTF-thyroid.org, British Thyroid Foundation, BTF, United Kingdom, UK. EnableLink.org, Canadian Abilities Foundation, CAF, Disabilities Canada, CA. CBCF.org, Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation, CBCF, Canada, CA. CFDP.ca, Canadian Foundation for Drug Policy, CFDP, Canada, CA. CHSRF.ca, Canadian Health Services Research Foundation, CHSRF, Canada, CA. CPF-Inc.ca, Canadian Porphyria Foundation, CPF, Canada, CA. PreventCancer.org, Cancer Research and Prevention Foundation, CRPF. Candlelighters.org, Candlelighters Childhood Cancer Foundation, CCCF. Carcinoid.org, Carcinoid Cancer Foundation, CCF. Mott.org, Charles Stewart Mott Foundation. Childhoodbraintumor.org, Childhood Brain Tumor Foundation, CBTF. ChildNeurologyFoundation.org, Child Neurology Foundation, CNF. CWDFoundation.org, Children with Diabetes Foundation. ICPA4Kids.org, Children's Chiropractic Research Foundation. Children's DiabetesFDN.org, Children's Diabetes Foundation. CHFN.org, Children's Heart Foundation. Continence-Foundation.org, UK, Continence Foundation, the, CF, United Kingdom, UK. Cornea.org, Cornea Research Foundation of America. ONT. CFF.org, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, CFF. DermFND.org, Dermatology Foundation, DF. DigestiveDisorders.org, UK, Digestive Disorders Foundation, DDF, United Kingdom, UK. EastAfricaFoundation.org, East Africa Medical Assistance Foundation, EMOF, Tanzania Radiology. IST-TR-List- EDNF.org, Ehlers-Danlos National Foundation, EDNF. EllisonFoundation.org, Ellison Medical Foundation Aging and Global Infectious Disease. EJAF.org, Elton John AIDS Foundation. Rachel.org, Environmental Research Foundation, ERF. Uroliver.be, Euroliver Foundation. FAHP.org, European Foundation for the Advancement of Healthcare Practitioners, EFAP. FAER.org, Foundation for Anesthesia Education and Research, FAER. AquaticISF.org, Foundation for Aquatic Injury Prevention, FAIP. FCER.org, Foundation for Chiropractic Education and Research, FCER. FIMDefilice.org, Foundation for Innovation in Medicine, FIM. FindHelp.com, Foundation for Innovations in Nicotine Dependence, FIND. FMCPNet.org, Foundation for Managed Care Pharmacy, FMCP. iNurse.com/FNRE, Foundation for Neonatal Research and Education, FNRE. 4.org, Foundation for Osteoporosis Research and Education, 4. FFST.org, Foundation for Surgical Technology, FST. agl.com/foundation.asp, Foundation of the American Association of Gynecologic Laparoscopists, FAGL. FaileyFoundation.org, George Fail Foundation, Third World Healthcare. WillsGlaucoma.org, Glaucoma Service and Foundation at Wills Eye Hospital. THDF.org, HD Foundation, The Huntington's Disease. HSF.ca, Heart and Stroke Foundation, HSF, of Canada. Hemochromatosis.org, Hemochromatosis Foundation, HF. HDFoundation.org, Hereditary Disease Foundation, HDF. Pancreatic.org, Hirschberg Foundation for Pancreatic Cancer Research. HospiceFoundation.org, Hospice Foundation of America, HFA. HydroCephaloos.org, Hydrocephalus Foundation Incorporated. HIFI. HypertensionFoundation.org, Hypertension Education Foundation, HEG. PrimaryImmune.org, Immune Deficiency Foundation, IDF. Insulin-free.org, Insulin Free World Foundation. IFFGD.org, International Foundation for Functional Gastrointestinal Disorders, IFGUD. IFPAM.org, International Foundation for Performing Arts Medicine, IFPAM. IrwinFoundation.com, Irwin Foundation supports veterinary, schools and students. ILT.org, Islet Foundation, a final push in the cure for diabetes. PBM-diabetes.com, Islet Replacement Research Foundation Diabetes. 4jhc.org, Jessica's Hope Chest nonprofit organization for critically ill children. JDRF.org, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation in Australia, JDRF.org, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation International, JDRF. KFF.org, Kaiser Family Foundation. SpinalVictory.org, Kent Waldrep National Paralysis Foundation, KWNPF. KDF.org, SG, Kidney Dialysis Foundation Singapore, SG. Kidney.ca, Kidney Foundation of Canada. KidneyUrology.org, Kidney and Urology Foundation of America. KLSFoundation.org, Klein-Levin Syndrome Foundation. KristenWutt-Foundation.org, Kristen Wutt Foundation, for Eating Disorder Awareness. LAF.org, Lance Armstrong Foundation, LAF, Cancer Patient Support. LBF.org, Leon Bender Foundation, LBF Charity Awareness for Epilepsy. LilyClaire-Foundation.org, Lily Claire Foundation, The Williams Syndrome. Lupus.org, Lupus Foundation of America, LFA. Lustgartenfoundation.org, Luchtgarten Foundation for Pancreatic Cancer Research, the. Lymphoma.org, Lymphoma Research Foundation, LRF. Macula.org/foundation/index.html, Macula Foundation, the. Eyesight.org, Macular Degeneration Foundation, MDF. Wish.org, Make-A-Wish Foundation. MontelMS.org, Montel Williams MS Foundation. MorrisAnimalFoundation.org, Morris Animal Foundation, A Healthier Tomorrow for Animals. MSAwareness.org, MS Awareness Foundation, MSAF. MSFacts.org, Multiple Sclerosis Foundation, MSF. MTF.org, Musculoskeletal Transplant Foundation, MTF. AlopeciaAreata.com, National Alopecia Areata Foundation, NAAF. Lexington-on-line.com/naf.html, National Anxiety Foundation, NAF. Braintumor.org, National Brain Tumor Foundation, NBTF. NationalBreastCancer.org, National Breast Cancer Foundation, NBCF. ncf-net.org, National CFIDS Foundation Chronic Fatigue and Immune Dysfunction Syndrome, CFIDS. emphysemafoundation.org, National Emphysema Foundation, NEF. ngdf.org, National Graves' Disease Foundation, NGDF. researchforacure.com, National Foundation for Cancer Research, NFCR. nfid.org, National Foundation for Infectious Diseases, NFID. nfshm.org, National Foundation for Sexual Health Medicine, NFSHM. paincare.org, National Foundation for the Treatment of Pain. headaches.org, National Headache Foundation, NHF. heartfoundation.com.au, National Heart Foundation of Australia Australia, O. nhfonline.org, National Hydrocephalus Foundation, NHF. kidney.org, National Kidney Foundation, NKF, United States. pancreasfoundation.org, National Pancreas Foundation, NPF. reyesyndrome.org, National Reye Syndrome Foundation, NRSF. newcdf.org, National Urea Cycle Disorders Foundation, NUCF. nzdf.org, NZ, New Zealand Drug Foundation, NZDF, New Zealand, NZ. herpes.org, NZ, New Zealand Herpes Foundation, NZHF, New Zealand, NZ. nursesfornewborns.org, Nurses for Newborns Foundation. ollie.org, Ollie Foundation, The Home Parenteral or Enteral, Home PEN, Nutrition. onf.org, Ontario Neurotrauma Foundation, ONF, Ontario, Canada. oralcancer.org, Oral Cancer Foundation, OCF. oref.org, Orthopedic Research and Education Foundation, OREF. OFA.org, Orthopedic Foundation for Animals, OFA. OHF.org, Oxalosis and Hyperoxaluria Foundation, OHF. painrelieffoundation.org, UK, Pain Relief Foundation, PRF, United Kingdom, UK. pdf.org, Parkinson's Disease Foundation, PDF. prostate.org, O, Prostate Cancer Foundation of Australia Australian, O. pulmonaryfibrosis.org, Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation, PFF. rawfoundation.org, Raw Foundation Complementary and Alternative Medicine, CAM. sankara.org, Sankara Eye Foundation, SEF, India. saravaranfoundation.org, Sarah Varan Foundation for Rett Research Rett Syndrome. skincancer.org, Skin Cancer Foundation, the. stroke.co.za, Southern African Stroke Foundation, SASF. starbright.org, Starbright Foundation for Seriously Ill Children. SADS.org, Sudden Arrhythmia Death Syndromes, SADS, Foundation. Komen.org, Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation. allthyroid.org, Thyroid Foundation of America, TFA. Thyroid.ca, Thyroid Foundation of Canada, TFC, Canadian, UK. ulf.org, United Leukodystrophy Foundation, ULF, Genetic Nervous System Disorders. vasoprevia.org, Vasoprevia Foundation, VPF. vdf.org, Vascular Disease Foundation, VDF. visionaustralia.org, O, Vision Australia Foundation, VAF, Australian, O. vulvarpainfoundation.org, Vulvar Pain Foundation, VPF. Williams-syndrome.org, UK, Williams Syndrome Foundation, WSF, Rare Genetic Disorder. worldrenal.org, World Foundation for Renal Care, WFRC. Chapter 5. Some medical NGOs by U.S. state. Alabama. AHIF.org, Alabama Head Injury Foundation, AHIF. alkidney.org, Alabama Kidney Foundation, AKF. AQAF.com, Alabama Quality Assurance Foundation, AQAF. WishAtlanta.org, Make-A-Wish Foundation of Georgia and Alabama. SickleCellNA.org, North Alabama Sickle Cell Foundation. Arizona. AZFMC.com, Arizona Foundation for Medical Care, AFMC. IRFUNDATONAS.com, Ear Foundation of Arizona, the California. CHCF.org, California Healthcare Foundation, CHCF. KidneySocal.org, National Kidney Foundation of Southern California, United States. Colorado. DoFound.org, Denver Osteopathic Foundation, DOF, Colorado. Connecticut. cthealth.org/site, Connecticut Health Foundation. Georgia. nkfg.org, National Kidney Foundation of Georgia, NKFG, United States. Indiana. thfgi.org, Health Foundation of Greater Indianapolis. Kansas. kfmc.org, Kansas Foundation for Medical Care, KFMC. kansashealth.org, Kansas Health Foundation. Louisiana. louisianadiabetes.org, Louisiana Diabetes Foundation. Maine. mayhaf.org, Maine Health Access Foundation, MHAF. kidneyme.org, National Kidney Foundation of Maine, NKFM. Massachusetts. bcbsmafoundation.org, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts Foundation. bostonzite.org, Boston Foundation for Sight. hfcm.org, Health Foundation of Central Massachusetts, the Missouri. Daughters of Charity FDN.org, Daughters of Charity Foundation. New Hampshire. FFSH.org, Foundation for Seacoast Health, FFSH. New Jersey. fnewjersey.com, Epilepsy Foundation of New Jersey, EFNJ. Ohio. OAF.org, Ohio Animal Health Foundation, OAHF. Wisconsin. WWHF.org, Wisconsin Women's Health Foundation, WWHF. Chapter 6. Medical Research Info. Medical research websites. The Index Medicus is the index of most of the medical research reports published in the world for any particular month. NIHRoadmap.nih.gov, NIH Roadmap for Medical Research. ResearchGate.net. YaleRudCenter.org. HMRI.org, Nonprofit Medical Research Institute. Mary.org, Medical Education and Research Institute. MayoResearch.mayo.edu. CRISP.cit.nih.gov, CRISP Computer Retrieval of Information on Scientific Projects, database of federally funded biomedical research projects. Conducted at universities, hospitals, and other research institutions. These projects are funded by the National Institutes of Health NIH, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services SAMHSA, Health Resources and Services Administration OURSA, Food and Drug Administration FDA, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention CDCP, Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality ARC and Office of Assistant Secretary of Health OISH. ampef.org/articles, links to pro-medical research articles from Americans for Medical Progress Educational Foundation. cureresearch.com. mrc.ac.za, the Medical Research Council of South Africa. safar.pit.edu, Safar Center for Resuscitation Research. researchmedicalcenter.com. researchnews.osu.edu. research.va.gov. cimr.cam.ac.uk, Cambridge Institute for Medical Research. nihr.org, NIR, National Institute for Healthcare Research. researchblogging.org. researchandmarkets.com. wrf.org, World Research Foundation. naryscience.com, New England Research Institutes. crt-online.org/mrmc.html, Medical Research Modernization Committee. oro.open.ac.uk, Open Research Online. postgradmed.com/issues. cureresearch.com. questforacure.net. mtra.com, Medical and Technical Research Associates Inc., provides clinical research management for the healthcare industry. monsantofund.org hec.gov.pk/htmls/rsp/rgp/research.asp, National Research Program for Universities. clinicalevidence.com/sueb/conditions nih.gov/about/research results for the public research mag.asu.edu. cdmrp.army.mil, Congressionally Directed Medical Research Programs. ars.usda.gov, Agricultural Research Service. rand.org/research areas. researchtoday.net. immuno-research.com. experimentalmedicine.org. researchbuzz.com. researchge.com. researchtoday.net, medical journals, free. medical-research-studies.org. crt-online.org/mrmc.html, Medical Research Modernization Committee. researchinnovation.com, Italy Research and Innovation. researchtoday.net. research-outcome.org. citeulike.org. zionshope.com, Global Medical Information Network. 207.236.233.199/experts database, database of funded researchers. aamc.org, Association of American Medical Colleges. action.org.uk/research projects/current.php, Action Medical Research. afmr.org, American Federation for Medical Research. ahrp.org, Alliance for Human Research Protection. amrf.org, African Medical and Research. biomedcentral.com. braininjury.com/research.html. centerwatch.com, Clinical Trials. chalk.org/research/index.cfm. cihr.ca, Canadian Institute of Health Research. clinicaltrials.gov. cmrojournal.com, Current Medical Research and Opinion. cranialsublues@hinds.com/currentmedicalresearch.htm. crdf.org, Civilian Research and Development. crt-online.org/mrmc.html, Medical Research Modernization Committee. csu.edu.au/faculty/health/biomed/mhr, Biomedical Research. cureresearch.com. dmrf.ca, Dalhousie Medical Research, Halifax, NS. drmcdougall.com/medicalresearch.html. ecri.org, Emerging Care Research Institute. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/medical research. federallabs.org, Government Labs. fundingfirst.org/comment, Biomedical Research. grid.org. grid.org/projects. HaLaResearchFoundation.com, Pursuing the Connection of Fermented Soy as an Adjuvant for Disease. hsri.org, Human Services Research Institute. i3global.com, i3 Medical Research Services, Pharmaceutical Development. icmr.nic.in/ihdresearch.htm, Indian Council of Medical Research. iftd.org, Hyperspectral Imaging Technology and Research. killingtonmedicalclinic.org/pages/current.htm, Killington Medical Clinic Current Research. library.downstate.edu, Medical Research Library of Brooklyn, look at e-journals on the Internet. mayoclinic.org. mdlinks.com. med.nyu.edu/research/restopics/current research, current research at NYU Medical Center. medical-surgical.org/research/current-projects.asp, clinic in Naples, Florida. medicine.uthcsa.edu/annual report/grants.html. medscape.com. melpomena.org, health research. mrc.ac.uk, Medical Research Council, Britain. mrc.ac.za, Medical Research Council, South Africa. nature.com/news/channels/medicalresearch.html. ncrr.nih.go/newspub, National Center for Research Resources. naem.org, the New England Journal of Medicine. news-medical.net. nih.gov. njc.org, National Jewish Medical and Research Center. nlm.nih.gov/medlani+/understanding-medical-research.html. pcosupport.org/medical, Medi-Focus Guidebook on PCOS. phrma.org. phrma.org/search-cures/new-meds/webdb, New Medicines in Development. Piedmont Medical Research Associates Current Studies. piedmontmedical.com/pmr/currentstudies.htm. pmrc.org.pk, Pakistan Medical Research Council. post-gazette.com/health-science. postgradmed.com. publicagendae.org/issues/frontdoor.cfm?issue type =medical research. recap.com/mainweb.nsf/html/clinical+frame ? Open document. researchamerica.org. research-data.com. researchtoday.net. researchtoday.net. resoe.dk, Research in Technological Possibilities for Diagnosis and Treatment of Diseases, Energy Systems of the Future. turpin-distribution.com, Arthritis Research. update-software.com/national/nrr-frame.html, National Research Register of UK National Health Service. worldweb.com/ifmr. American College for Advancement in Medicine. 23121 Verdugo Drive. Number 204. Laguna Hills, California 92653. 800-532-3688. acam.org. Medical Research Funding Website / Medical Grant Websites. grants.nih.gov. grants.nih.gov/grants/guide/pa-files/pa-13-165.html. grants.nih.gov/grants/or.htm. National Institutes of Health. Researchers in the health fields may be able to find funding through this government-sponsored institution. Whitaker.org, Whitaker Foundation. The Whitaker Foundation focuses on funding biomedical engineering and awards those who have earned or will earn a PhD. Wellcome.ac.uk, the Wellcome Trust is the world's largest medical research charity. rwjf.org, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, based in Princeton, New Jersey, is the nation's largest philanthropy devoted exclusively to health and healthcare. fairway.ecn.purdue.edu/bmenet, Biomedical Engineering Network. AmericanHeart.org/research/app/sdg_rfa.html, American Heart Association. Those working on health issues related to improving heart healthcare can find funding through the AHA. Women's-health.org/wherec.html, Women's Health Research Coalition. drcrf.org/apfellowship.html, Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation. Get the funding you need to work on projects that can help fight cancer through this foundation. bwfund.org, Burroughs Wellcome Fund. This fund focuses on supporting research in infectious diseases, medical sciences, laboratory sciences, and science education. abmrf.org/grants.htm, Alcoholic Beverage Medical Research Foundation. Studies on the impact of alcoholic beverages can get a little financial assistance from this foundation. alexlemonade.org/about_grants.php, Alex's Lemonade Stand Young Investigator Awards, started in honor of a young victim of cancer. Awards from this group focus on helping those researching cancer cures and treatments. cancer.gov/cancer topics/facts/HEET/NCI/research-funding, National Cancer Institute. The NCI gives out research funding for groups or individuals working on cancer research. hhs.gov/grants, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Here you can find a list of grants offered by both government sources and other foundations. commonwealthfund.org/grants/grants_search.htm, the Commonwealth Fund. This fund provides funding towards research that helps design health systems and programs that are efficient and high performance. nccm.nih.gov/research/SBIRSTTR, NCAM grants. The National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine is willing to provide funding for research by small businesses into a variety of alternative medicine practices. Science research funding/technology research funding. fundingopps.cos.com, Community of Science. The Community of Science site provides loads of resources for the world's researchers, including links to funding opportunities. nsf.gov/funding, National Science Foundation. The NSF is a government institution and provides funding for research projects for numerous science-related fields. Humboldt-foundation.de/n/program/piri/Fraunhofer.htm, Fraunhofer Gesellschaft, and the Alexander von Humboldt Foundation. Researchers with their PhDs can find funding for their scientific projects through this foundation. nae.edu/na/naahome.nsf, National Academy of Engineering. The National Academy of Engineering offers a variety of awards for study and research in the field of engineering. animalbehavior.org/abs/index.phtml, Animal Behavior Society. Those working on studies that involve animal behavior may be able to find some assistance from this society. er.doe.gov/grants, U.S. Department of Energy. The Department of Energy offers numerous science-related grants and funding resources on this site. aps.org/program/honors/index.cfm, American Physical Society. If you're working on a research project in physics, you may be able to find the financial assistance you need from this society. sloan.org/main.shtml, Sloan Foundation, established by the original CEO of GM. This foundation funds science and technology initiatives among other fields. ASEE.org, American Society for Engineering Education, thinking of new ways to improve engineering education or the study of engineering. You may find funding through this site. epsrc.ac.uk/default.htm, Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council. sigma11.org/program/GR/index.shtml, Sigma 11. This scientific research society provides researchers with a variety of grants which you can apply for through their website. Markle.org, Markle Foundation. Work in emerging information and communication technologies is the focus of this technology-based foundation. OS.org, Association for the Advancement of Computing in Education. If you're working to find innovative new ways that technology can be used in education, try this association for financial support of your research. Benton.org, Benton Foundation. The purpose of this foundation is to show people how to use new technologies and how they can be useful to solving social problems. If this sounds like your research, try checking this foundation for support. scitech.ac.uk, Science and Technology Facilities Council. Based in the UK, this foundation supports a huge number of research projects both in the technology field and in the sciences. Medical Research College Money. AACR.org, American Association for Cancer Research. AACR.org/home/scientists/meetings-hyphen-workshops/AACR-Thomas-Jay-Bardos-science-education-awards-for-undergraduate students-.aspx, Science Education Awards for Undergraduates. aacr.org/home/scientist/research-funding-fellowships/postdoctoral-fellowships.aspx, postdoctoral or clinical research fellowships in basic, clinical, prevention and translational research. ACI.org, college scholarships and graduate school fellowships in gerontology. aicr.org.uk, Association for International Cancer Research. aicr.org.uk/fellowships.stm, Cancer Research International Fellowships. arthritis.org/funding-opportunities-career development.php, Arthritis Investigator Awards. arthritis.org/funding-opportunities-career development.php, New Investigator Grant for Arthritis Health Professions. arthritis.org/funding-opportunities-established.php, Arthritis Biomedical Science Grants. arthritis.org/funding-opportunities-established.php, Arthritis Clinical Science Grants. arthritis.org/funding-opportunities-established.php, Physician Scientist Development Award. arthritis.org/funding-opportunities-training.php, Doctoral Dissertation Awards for Arthritis Health Professionals. arthritis.org/funding-opportunities-training.php, Postdoctoral Fellowships. bwfund.org, Burroughs Wellcome Fund, Interfaces in Science, Basic Biomedical Sciences. cancer.gov/prevention/pub/fellowship, Cancer Prevention Fellowships. cancer.gov/research and funding/fellowships. National Cancer Institute Fellowships and Internships. cancer.org/docroot/home/index.asp, American Cancer Society. cancer.org/docroot/res/content/5_2x_postdoctoral_fellowships.asp?***res, postdoctoral fellowships. cancerresearch.org, Cancer Research Institute. ccfa.org/professional/research/research-funding.html, Career Development Awards, Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America. cff.org/research/for researchers/funding opportunities/training grants, clinical fellowship cystic fibrosis. chop.edu, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. chop.edu/service/oncology-fellowship-hematology-fellowship-program.html?ID=75571, Pediatric Hematology/Oncology Fellowships. collegeboard.com/yes/index.html, Young Epidemiology Scholars, yes. DamonRunyon.org, Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation. damonrunyon.org/for_scientist/more/fellowship_award_overview, postdoctoral research fellowships for basic and physician scientists. damonrunyon.org/for_scientists/more/clinical_investigator_award_overview, clinical investigator awards. damonrunyon.org/research_results/categories/award_programs, scholar awards to support the development of outstanding biomedical and biochemical scientists. dystonia-foundation.org/pages/funding_opportunities/142.php, Menks/Markham postdoctoral fellowships related to dystonia research. epilepsyfoundation.org/research/grants.cfm, clinical research training fellowships for individuals with an MD or DO who will have completed residency training in neurology, neurosurgery, pediatrics, internal medicine, or psychiatry. epilepsyfoundation.org/research/grants.cfm, predoctoral research training fellowships related to epilepsy for students in neuroscience, physiology, pharmacology, psychology, biochemistry, genetics, nursing, or pharmacy. epilepsyfoundation.org/research/grants.cfm, research training fellowships for academic physicians and scientists. FAIR.org, Foundation for Anesthesia Education and Research, FAIR. FAIR.org/program/grants/options.html, research grants and fellowships. GoldmanPartnerships.org, Goldman Philanthropic Partnerships. GoldmanPartnerships.org/Culpeper/Culpeper-TRNCTON information.htm, Charles E. Culpeper Scholarships in Medical Science for Physicians Committed to Careers in Academic Medicine. GrassFoundation.org, Grass Foundation. GrassFoundation.org/fellowship/grass_fellowship, Grass Fellowships in Neurobiology. GrassFoundation.org/fellowship/Morrison_fellowship, Robert S. Morrison Fellowships in Basic Research in Neuroscience. HDFoundation.org, Hereditary Disease Foundation. HDFoundation.org/funding/postdoctor.php, John J. Wasmuth Postdoctoral Fellowships for the Identification and Understanding of Huntington's Disease. HDFoundation.org/funding/wexler.php, Milton Wexler Postdoctoral Fellowships for the Identification and Understanding of Huntington's Disease. HDSA.org, Huntington's Disease Society of America. HDSA.org/research/grant-applications.html, research grants and fellowships. Hemophilia.org/home.htm, National Hemophilia Foundation. Hemophilia.org/images/research/fellowship.pdf, postdoctoral research fellowships in hemophilia. HFSP.org, Human Frontier Science Program, HFSP. hfsp.org/how/appl_forms_cdf.php, cross-disciplinary postdoctoral fellowships in brain functions and molecular approaches to biological functions. hfsp.org/how/appl_forms_ltf.php, long-term postdoctoral fellowships in brain functions and molecular approaches to biological functions. hfsp.org/how/appl_forms_stf.php, short-term postdoctoral fellowships in brain functions and molecular approaches to biological functions. hhmi.org, Howard Hughes Medical Institute. hhmi.org/cloister, HMI-NIH Research Scholars Program for Medical Students. hhmi.org/grants/individual/medfellows.html, Research Training Fellowships for Medical Students. hhwf.org, Helen Hay Whitney Foundation. hhwf.org/htmlsrc/research fellowships.html, Postdoctoral Research Fellowships in the Biomedical Sciences. hrsonline.org, Heart Rhythm Society. hrsonline.org/education/fellows and DPD/EP fellowships, fellowships in cardiac pacing and electrophysiology. IARC.fr, International Agency for Research on Cancer. IARC.fr/n/education-training/postdoc.php, postdoctoral fellowships for training in cancer research. IARC.fr/n/education-training/expertise transfer.php, expertise transfer fellowships. IARC.fr/n/education-training/vsa.php, Visiting Scientist Award for Senior Scientists. IFER.org, International Foundation for Ethical Research. IFER.org/fellowships.html, Graduate School Fellowships in Animal Welfare. Interactive.snm.org/index.cfm ? Page ID =1083, Undergraduate, Graduate, Medical and Pharmacy Fellowships. Kimmel.org, Sidney Kimmel Foundation for Cancer Research. Kimmel.org/about41.html, Kimmel Scholar and Translational Science Awards. Komen.org/research grants/fellowships.html, postdoctoral fellowships in basic, clinical, translational research, public health or epidemiology. lam.uc.edu, Lam Foundation. lam.uc.edu/html/proposal.html, postdoctoral fellowships in lymphangioliomyomatosis. leukemia-lymphoma.org/hum_LLS, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. leukemia-lymphoma.org/all_page?item_ID=8433, research grants and fellowships in leukemia, lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease, and myeloma research. leukemia-research.org/page.aspx?PID=183, Leukemia Research Foundation. lymphoma.org, Lymphoma Research Foundation. mskcc.org/mskcc/html/44.cfm, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. mskcc.org/mskcc/html/8965.cfm, Clinical Fellowships. Lilly.com, Eli Lilly. reintegration.com/resources/scholarships/apply.asp, Reintegration Scholarships for People with Schizophrenia and Related Schizophrenia Spectrum Disorders. Mayo.edu, Mayo Clinic and Foundation for Medical Education and Research. mayoresearch.mayo.edu/mayo/research/jobs, Laboratory Medicine and Pathology Fellowships. mayo.edu/financial aid/mms-grants.html, Medical Scholarships. McKnight.org, McKnight Foundation. McKnight.org/neuroscience/awards/scholar.aspx, McKnight Scholar Awards for neuroscientists in the early stages of their careers. myasthenia.org, Myasthenia Gravis Foundation of America. myasthenia.org/research/mgfa_student fellowship.pdf, Fellowships for Medical Students. myasthenia.org/research/mgfa_postdoctoral fellowship.pdf, Postdoctoral Research Fellowships for Clinical or Basic Research pertinent to myasthenia gravis. nationalms-society.org/for-hyphen-professionals/healthcare-fellowships-multiple-sclerosis-fellowships-clinical-fellowships-fellowships for training in MS clinical trials. nationalms-society.org/for-professionals/get-funding/career-transition-fellowship/index.aspx, Advanced Postdoctoral Fellowships. nationalms-society.org/for-professionals/get-funding/Daniel-Houghton-Senior-Faculty-Awards/index.aspx, Senior Faculty Awards. nationalms-society.org/for-professionals/researchers/get-funding/Harry-Weaver-awards/index.aspx, Junior Faculty Awards. nationalms-society.org/index.aspx, National Multiple Sclerosis Society. nationalms-society.org/for-professionals/researchers/get-funding/postdoctoral-fellowships/index.aspx, Postdoctoral Fellowships. nfid.org, National Foundation for Infectious Diseases. nfid.org/fellow, Fellowships in Infectious Diseases. nih.gov, U.S. National Institutes of Health, NIH. cancer.gov/research and funding/training/R25E, Cancer Education and Career Development Program. oif.org, Osteogenesis Imperfecta Foundation, Research Fellowships for Young Investigators. onsfoundation.org/funding.shtml, Research Fellowships, Academic Scholarships, Lectures, Public Education Projects, Career Development Awards and Congress Scholarships. pdf.org, Parkinson's Disease Foundation. pdf.org/n/grant_funding_fellow, Postdoctoral Research Fellowships including neurologists. pdf.org/n/grant_funding_fellow, Summer Fellowships for undergraduates and medical students. Pfizermap.com/grants/progareas.aspx, Pfizer grants by therapeutic area. phrmafoundation.org, Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, PHRMA, Foundation. pkdcure.org, Polycystic Kidney Disease Foundation. rsna.org, Radiological Society of North America, RSNA. rsna.org/research/foundation, Research Grants and Fellowships Research Development Committee of the Canadian Association of Surgical Chairs. ucalgary.ca/uofc/faculty/medicine/surgery/fellowships/fellowships.htm, Surgical Fellowships. PreventCancer.org, Prevent Cancer Foundation. PreventCancer.org/research2c.aspx?ID =36, Postdoctoral Fellowships in Basic, Clinical, Translational, and Applied Research, Early Detection and Education Programs in Cancer Prevention. PrimaryImmune.org, Immune Deficiency Foundation. PrimaryImmune.org/patients_families/scholarship.htm, Scholarships for students with immune deficiencies. Research.va.gov/funding/cdp.cfm, Career Development Awards. rwjf.org, Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. rwjf.org, Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. rwjcsb.stanford.edu, Clinical Scholars. sarenoffendowment.org, Sarnoff Endowment for Cardiovascular Science. sarenoffendowment.org/program/information.cfm, Medical Fellowships in the Cardiovascular Sciences, Sarnoff Scholars Program. sites.nationalacademiesorg/nrc/index.htm, National Research Council, NRC. sites.nationalacademies.org/pga/rap/index.htm, Postdoctoral Research Associateship Programs for Scientists and Engineers tenable at U.S. laboratories and NASA research centers. snmrf.org, Society of Nuclear Medicine. thalassemia.org, Cooley's Anemia Foundation, Medical Fellowships. uxc.org, International Union Against Cancer, International Cancer Fellowships for professionals actively engaged in cancer research, clinical oncology, oncology nursing, or cancer society work. ulmanfund.org, Ulman Cancer Fund for Young Adults. va.gov/oas/residencies_fellowships.asp, Residencies and Fellowships.